Dreamers. Perla here, as always. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. This is going to be the collective portion of the reading for this week. There is this energy surrounding the collective of finally, there's something that is finally being known, something that is finally being felt internally. Like it's almost kind of like all parts of you are finally coming into alignment with something. So for those of you that this has to do specifically like with your own spirituality, there is like you're moving from the space of just believing to this place of knowing, and there is this shift that happens when you ground yourself in the knowing of yourself, right? And the knowing of who you are and what it is that you bring into this reality. And that shift is happening for a lot of you guys. And I just want to say, like, embrace it. Do not try to rush through it. Really sit in that space of gratitude as you are immersed in this energy. Okay, let's see. There's a situation here where somebody has you on a hook. Somebody hooked you. That's like the only way that I can explain it, right? Because like I'm literally being shown like a hook, and for some of you, you're not aware that this person has you on a hook, right? So it's very easy to tell this energy, like if you're in a relationship, right? You're with somebody or you're dealing with somebody that is giving you the bare minimal. But this hook, this energy that I'm picking up is more of like somebody has you on a hook when it comes to like your emotions, when it comes to your feelings. Like they know exactly how to get a reaction out of you. And for a lot of you, this moment of clarity around this person, around this space, is finally flourishing, is finally coming up, and you're finally seeing something for the first time, in its true colors. And for a lot of you, you guys avoided or didn't really want to see the truth. You didn't want to admit how much power, and I'm saying, and I know that word is going to trigger some people, but yeah, it's like you gave your power to somebody that knew exactly how to manipulate situations to get certain reactions out of you. And that is what that is what the energy is, for this week, of like finally realizing the power that you had given to this person, and finally standing up to not allowing yourself to continue on with those patterns, not allowing yourself to continue on giving so much of yourself to someone else, right? And for those of you that are like, oh no, I don't get, like, just think about like conversations that you have with people. How is it that your body feels? Are you responding or are you reacting? Are they getting the best of you whenever you're having a conversation, and when any specific dialogue that's happening? And what happens in the space is that when you admit to yourself that you have given your power to somebody else, that you are allowing somebody else to be the narrative in your the narrator, excuse me, in your life, then you can start to make the changes to take that control back. You can call back your energy. You can go ahead and stand firm in knowing who you are, right? And this is where this energy from the beginning of like the knowing and the believing, right? So a lot of you may have been in a space where you believed you were in control of, over your feelings or your emotions when it came to this person, maybe because there was this space of distance between you and this person and whatever it is. But it's like the minute this person comes around, the minute this person's presence, excuse me, is in your space, it's almost kind of like everything is clouded and you just start to react, and you really need to pay attention to that. And we're not here, and the reason why we say this is not about shaming anybody or trying to make you feel any type of way. This is about you freeing yourself from these dynamics, from these types of connections. This is really what this is all about, right? The guidance, the messages, everything is about self, not so much like self improvement, but self awareness, and really allowing yourself to be yourself exactly as you are. And then when you really see yourself, um, at a raw stage, right? Like, okay, this is how I'm showing up and this and that. Then you get to decide whether that is working for you. And if it's not, if it's no longer serving you, then you go ahead and you change that, right? Then you go ahead and you improve it, however you want to call it, right? Just because something is viewed, let's put it this way, negatively by a group of people doesn't mean that it's not serving you at the moment, right? Maybe these triggers, this person triggering you is serving you in a way of getting deeper, like getting into the deeper knowing of something else, right? Maybe you're connecting the dots. Okay, where did this originate with me? When did this start? When did I allow other people to narrate my life? When did I allow other people to have so much power over me? And sometimes until we don't get to the bottom of where something was initiated, we can't really end that cycle. And that's just pretty much what is happening during this time with you guys. It's like this trigger, when this person is triggering you or whatever, like don't mind so much about like, oh, I should have known. No, 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 no. You shouldn't have known better, because obviously if you're realizing it now, it's because now is the time, right? It is the perfect time for you to realize something. It's the perfect time for you to work through something, to grow through something, right? So if somebody is getting the best of you this week, instead of like going into this blame state with yourself, take a moment and ask yourself, okay, that triggered me. Now, spirit, why is this triggering me? Why is this bothering me so much? Why did that bother me so much? What is the energy behind this that I am blinded to? What is the energy behind this that keeps on coming at me in different directions, right? Because it is not just one person. Again, this isn't when we talk about in these readings, everything is energy. The only thing is that sometimes there's different people that are presenting these energies that are triggering us, right? And we have to figure out, we have to be able to see behind, or beyond is what I should say. We should be able to see beyond the person and deal with the energy itself, because that's where the that's who we have the issue with, right? That is who we have the contract with, right? That energy, like, okay, that this is this we got to deal with this, right? Like energetically, this is what needs to be dealt with. And that is something that during this week I feel that a lot of you are going to start either working on or are going to start realizing, right? That you've been getting the same message, or you've been getting the same triggering um the same, yeah, you've been having the same trigger even if it's coming in different people. And yet now you're realizing that it's not just the individual, because for some of you, you may have cut off like 10 people that exhibit this energy, right? From your life, but then you keep on connecting with people, or you keep on bringing in people into your life that sooner or later they reveal the same type of energy, right? So something is not being addressed here. Something is being like, swept under the rug. That's the saying, swept under the rug or something like that. And you have to address it, because again, only when you why am I know, okay, only when you truly know yourself, only when you truly know yourself can you actually be free. Because when you do not know yourself, when you deny yourself parts of yourself, you will always be under the control of somebody else. You will always be under the control of someone else's opinion, of someone else's story about you, about around, someone else's narration of your life, etc. Other people's expectations, like all of these things. So when you really truly learn who you are, and it's not, and I sometimes I don't like using the word learn, but it's like, some of you are relearning, let's put it this, or remembering. I like that word better, remembering who you truly are. Then you start to really walk in your purpose. You really start to walk in who you truly are, right? Because everything else starts to fall off. Everything else starts to just kind of disappear, because you just learn to show up as yourself, how you are that day, no matter what. And there is a sense here that, again, when we are triggered by certain situations, certain people, it is usually a part of ourselves that we're either denying to ourselves, or a part of ourselves that we're choosing not to see within ourselves, that is trying to surface up, that is trying to get our attention. Excuse me. But remember, not every energy has to be dealt with the same way. Like, and I keep saying this and I keep repeating it. Some energies just want to be acknowledged. Some energies just want to be seen. And some energies are no longer serving you, and they need to be released from your space. They need to be released from your energetic field, and you're not allowing it. And sometimes this comes up so that you can finally release something that is no longer serving you, something that already served its purpose in your life. Okay. So now let's go ahead and let's see, how is this going to translate in the 3D with people that they deal with specifically. Um, for those of you that you're in this space, romantically with somebody that has been stringing you along, excuse me, has been, it's almost kind of like there's a person in your life that has one foot in and one foot out. For a lot of you, yes, this is romantically. For some of you, this may be somebody like that, may be like a business partner or like a friendship. And when I say friendship, it's like somebody that whenever they're not dating somebody, they're all for, girls night, guys night, whatever. But the minute that they get into a relationship, it's like they cut everybody off. And I am all for prioritizing your relationship, but there also has to be this balance, right? One person cannot not become your all and everything. The only person that should be your all and everything is yourself first before anyone or anything, right? And the energy that I pick up here is like this energy of somebody really getting lost whenever they are in relationship. You give so much of yourself. Um, that whenever you connect to people, it's like it's kind of like that saying that people say, like putting all your eggs in one basket, and that's exactly what you do, whether this is work related, whether this is romantic or friendship or whatever. You give so much of yourself that then you end up being disappointed. So you need to address this energy as to why it is that you feel that you have to give so much of yourself um in order to like I don't know, I know, in order to be worthy of love, or in order to be worthy of being seen. And that needs to stop, right? I remember that everything that you do for attention or with an alternative motive usually trigger something inside of you, so that you can go ahead and pay attention to what it is that this energy is, where it is that this energy is coming from. So as your closing message, we have break the chain, and it says ancestral patterns healing, rewriting the future. I'll show you the card real quick. They not look up really. And that's hard. That's my dog voice. Meaning that's the voice that I use with my dog. With my Xena especially. She's so pretty, and she likes it when you tell her she's pretty. Um, and no, I'm not saying that you're a dog. I'm just saying that I love you guys. The same way that I love my dogs. And if you guys knew the meaning of that, you would not be offended. You would be grateful. Um, my dogs are my babies. They are my babies. They walk through the shadows with me. Nah, seriously, they're like my little they are my little spiritual team. They do keep me protected. They do a lot of spiritual work with me, which is beautiful. Anyways, back to the reading. Um, so yeah, you're being called to hear your family line or free yourself. Weren't we talking about freedom? Freeing ourselves from living the life of your ancestors. This can mean letting go of an old pattern of your maternal or paternal line, healing traumas from the past that is not even yours, or observing old ways of being that no longer, what did I say earlier, serve you. And if that doesn't bring the entire quick reading to a closing for you guys, then I don't know what will. Let's remove issue. Yeah, let's remove this thought pattern that we have, that everything, it's like even as you're walking through your spiritual life, a lot of you still want to put yourself within certain boxes, want to put certain restrictions, want to put certain things. And for those of you that are just starting, remember that there's so much out there, and it's almost kind of like some of you are just touching the surface when it comes to your own spiritual journey. And so do not limit yourself, is what I want to say, because the a lot of these patterns, a lot of these things that you're holding on to, can, like, if you don't deal with that energy, are going to bleed into lessons that you are creating for yourself within your own spiritual journey. And I hope that that makes sense. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, come back around in a couple of months and the message will make sense. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.